Hiya, this is Kelly from Where Bookworms Grow, and I'm going to show you a quick video to support with developing fine motor skills. Now, this is something I've done with children in school in the past, in sort of year 2, if there's still issues with like pencil grip and those fine motor skills to control the fingers. So I'm just going to run through what I do. So I've actually got Play-Doh here. Now in school, in the past, I've used something called Theraputty, which is a really great thing to use for children who struggle with pencil grip, or like I say, controlling fingers and manipulating things, and it comes in different consistencies, and some of them are harder to manipulate than others and some are softer. So as I say, this is just Play-Doh, which is quite squishy, and you can manipulate it easily, so for young hands this is really great. But yeah, this is an intervention that I've done a couple of times and is really successful. So the key thing is that whatever you do with one hand, you also then do with the other. So if the child that you're doing this with is right-handed or left-handed, it doesn't matter. You exercise both hands equally, because yes, you are trying to increase the mobility in their predominant writing hand, but actually they still need to be able to use both hands equally anyway. So I'll show you some of the things that I've done in the past, and hopefully this might help some of you with any children you've got that are struggling with the fine motor skills, or perhaps you might just want to strengthen hands this way anyway. I've always done it so that I focus on one hand first and then the other hand after, just because the focus is exercising the hand, not getting the brain to do the two things at once. Okay, so I always do one then the other, and like I say, whatever you do with the one hand, you then get them to do. So I've just split this piece into two, and there we go, we're off. And the first thing that I'd get them to do is I get them to roll it into a ball. And to do this, I'm just getting them to roll it around on the table. Let me just angle you down a little bit more. Rolling it around on the table to have a go at that. And that's just sort of having a go at moving all those fingers and getting used to moving the palm of the hand as well. Okay, so that's that. So I've done it with the right, so I'm going to do it with the left. You could spend more time on this. I'm just going to do it quite quickly, just to give you an example. Okay, so I've got the two balls. Then I'm going to get them to roll into a sausage shape. Okay, and you can get them to splay their fingers to help them. And again, done it with the right, I'm going to do it with the left. Whatever the right does, the left needs to do too. Okay, now this is where we've got different things that we can do. So you can simply get them to press down with each finger, and actually this, it feels quite different to what I'm used to doing. It's not something that I practice every day, but again, you can get them to do that. And yes, I can repeat it over that piece quite a few times. If I notice a weakness and a child's struggling to do that, I might get them to roll it back into a sausage again and practice again. As I say, I've done it with the right, do it with the left. And if there is a weakness, you'll be able to see it quite quickly. So actually for me, myself, that little finger, again, it's not something I'm used to doing, so I'm having to really think about that. Okay, I'm going to start the process again. Need two sausages again. So I'll just quickly get those back and I'll show you. So that's the just squashing with the fingers. The next one is pinching. So using each finger to pinch with. And again, this is good. You'll be able to see if they're struggling with any of that movement. Get them to repeat it. They can repeat it quite a few times until the Play-Doh or Theraputty or whatever you're using has been finished, and then you can get them to roll it up again. Turn it with the right, do it with the left, and again it's just exploring that movement and getting them to really exercise their hands. Okay, so we actually need them in sausages again. So this time they're going to have a go and they're going to try and make a donut shape using just one hand, using their thumb in the middle and to mould that round. And there's a really good activity there to strengthen those fingers and that thumb, really getting that thumb to think about the movement. I'll do it with the other hand as well. So you've really got to think about that movement. So there's lots of pinching involved with all of these things, and just lots of manipulation. Oh, almost use the other hand there, and having a go. You can squash them again, okay, and again you can press down with the fingers, but it's really important that whatever you do with one hand, you get them to do with the other. So that's just a quick intervention that I would do. As I say, you know, I might get them to repeat it more. If I notice a weakness more in one hand than the other, then I'll get them to repeat it more. And it would be something that you might want to do quite regularly. So in the past, I've used this during registration. And I do it as a carousel activity, so it might be on a table on Monday and it might move to a different table on the Tuesday, and everybody gets to do different things. But that's just one way to really strengthen up their hands and develop those fine motor skills ready for that pencil grip. As I say, I've used this a lot in year 2 to help children who need support in their pencil grip, but it can be used any age, and it's just a fun one to do. So I hope that helps. Any questions, please ask, and I'll see you all again soon.